Welcome back to the channel. In 2026, the amplifier market is louder than ever. Every brand claims their latest amp is a game changer, more power, better DACs, premium materials, next-gen streaming, flawless sound. On paper, everything looks revolutionary. But here's the real question. Are these amplifiers truly worth the hype, or are we just paying for branding and buzzwords? Today, we're doing a true reality check. No fanboy bias. No unnecessary hate, just honest comparisons based on real-world performance, value for money, power delivery features, and how these amps actually compete in today's market. Some of the most talked about models might surprise you, and not always in a good way. If you're planning to upgrade your system in 2026, this video could save you from an expensive mistake. So watch till the end, because we're breaking down what's genuinely worth your money and what might just be amplified hype. Number 5, Cambridge Audio Evo 150. The Cambridge Audio Evo 150 arrived with a lot of attention from the audiophile community when it launched, and it's easy to see why. Cambridge Audio has a long history of building clean-sounding hi-fi gear, and the Evo 150 tries to push that legacy into the modern era with an all-in-one integrated streaming amplifier that promises premium sound, network connectivity, and minimalist convenience all in one. At first glance, its sleek design, intuitive user interface, and strong brand reputation make it look like a compelling option, and in many ways, it is a capable performer. Out of the box, the Evo 150 delivers a refined sound profile with a clear mid-range, a controlled low-end, and a smooth treble that's easy on the ears. It also brings built-in streaming services and flexible digital connectivity, which appeals to people who want a single unit for all their sources without separate streamers or DACs. However, when we evaluate its position in 2026 and compare it with the broader amplifier landscape, its value proposition becomes less clear, and this is where some buyers might feel a bit of hype versus reality disappointment. The Evo 150 streaming platform and feature set are competent, but many competitors in the same price tier now offer stronger hardware performance, more advanced DAC implementations, more powerful amplification sections, and broader connectivity options. In other words, other units can deliver more dynamic headroom, deeper bass control, and wider soundstage imaging, sometimes with more frequent firmware updates and better ecosystem support. That doesn't mean the Evo 150 sounds bad. Far from it. But when you zoom out and compare it directly with newer integrated amplifiers and network amps available in 2026, you begin to see that some alternatives stretch your investment further in terms of both performance and future-proofing. Another factor worth mentioning is power and driving capability. The Evo 150 performs best with efficient speakers and moderate listening volumes. But in larger listening spaces, or with less efficient speakers, it can feel like it's approaching the limits of its design sooner than some newer models that offer stronger power delivery and cleaner control. Meanwhile, the streaming and app experience, while decent, isn't always as polished or as responsive as what some rival brands are offering today, especially in terms of high-resolution, wireless codecs, and third-party integrations. So while the Cambridge Audio Evo 150 is a legitimately enjoyable amplifier in its own right, many buyers in 2026 are discovering that they can get more power, more flexibility, and more modern connectivity from alternatives in the same price range, which is exactly why it can feel like part of the amplifier hype scam narrative. Number 4, Yamaha A-S1200. The Yamaha A-S1200 is one of those amplifiers that gets a lot of attention simply because of its classic retro aesthetic, robust build quality, and traditional hi-fi design philosophy. Out of the box, it feels like a thoughtfully engineered piece of hardware. Heavy aluminum front panel, large analog meters, strong knobs, and a physical presence that makes it look and feel premium. Sonically, the AS1200 delivers a warm and natural sound signature that many traditional hi-fi fans appreciate. Smooth mids, detailed instruments, and a relaxed overall character that avoids harshness and can make extended listening sessions very pleasant. For those who love analog purity and that old-school hi-fi vibe, this amplifier feels like it was built with passion and precision. However, when we take a step back and look at the amplifier landscape in 2026, the context shifts, and that's where the hype versus reality conversation begins. The primary reason the Yamaha AS1200 finds itself in a hype scam discussion isn't because it lacks quality or craftsmanship. Far from it. but because many newer amplifiers in the same price bracket now offer stronger real-world versatility and performance for modern listening habits. Contemporary integrated amps often include upgraded DAC sections, network streaming support, advanced digital connectivity, and more efficient power stages that deliver more headroom and dynamic authority. In comparison, the AS1200 remains rooted in traditional analog design, which means buyers who want modern features end up adding separate streamers or DACs anyway, increasing overall system cost rather than simplifying it. Another factor to consider is power delivery and efficiency. The AS1200 was built with classic receiver expectations in mind, and while it performs comfortably with many bookshelf and moderately sized speakers, it doesn't always offer the same commanding control or dynamic punch that newer designs provide, especially with larger, demanding speaker setups. Meanwhile, competitors using modern amplification topologies achieve stronger bass control and cleaner output without sacrificing smoothness. So while the Yamaha AS1200 sounds very pleasant and remains a strong choice for traditional lovers, many buyers in 2026 are discovering that they can get more connectivity, more power, and more future-proof performance from alternatives in the same price range, which is exactly why the hype sometimes outweighs the real value. Number 3, Yamaha R N1000A. The Yamaha R N1000A is a well-known network stereo receiver that many listeners have recommended over the years, and for good reason. It combines classic Yamaha reliability with modern features like Wi-Fi streaming, Bluetooth, AirPlay 2 compatibility, and built-in high-resolution support. Out of the box, the R N1000A delivers a warm, natural sound with smooth mids, rounded highs that aren't fatiguing, and overall tonal balance that feels laid-back yet musical. Its design and physical controls also have a timeless appeal, simple, intuitive, and easy to integrate with traditional stereo setups or newer digital sources. For many casual listeners, this combination of classic performance and modern convenience has made it a go-to choice over the years. However, when we look at the amplifier landscape in 2026, the R N1000 as value proposition becomes a bit more complex, which is exactly why it fits into the hype versus reality discussion. The reason some buyers might end up feeling mild regret or disappointment isn't because the receiver sounds bad, it doesn't, but rather because many newer integrated amplifiers and network receivers now offer more power, more advanced DAC sections, better streaming platforms, and more flexible connectivity for similar or even lower price points. In today's market, listeners are increasingly expecting features like more robust digital interfaces, improved network streaming stability, expanded codec support, and even app-based control, areas where many newer models outshine the R N1000A. This means that if you rely on the R N1000A today, you may find yourself wanting external DACs or additional streamers just to match features that modern rivals include natively. Another aspect to consider is power delivery and performance headroom. While the R N1000A has enough juice for smaller bookshelves and everyday listening, it can feel a bit constrained when paired with larger or less efficient speakers, especially in bigger rooms or at higher volumes. Newer amplification designs on the market use more efficient power stages or next-gen Class D topologies that deliver cleaner output with stronger drive and dynamic authority. Ultimately, the Yamaha R N1000A remains a solid performer that many listeners enjoy, but in the context of 2026, its blend of features and performance is being outpaced by smarter, more powerful alternatives. That's why it may feel a bit overhyped relative to what else is available. It's good, but it doesn't stretch your investment as far as newer options do. Number 2, Blue Sound Power Node Gen 3. The Blue Sound Power Node Gen 3 has become one of the most talked about all-in-one amplifiers in recent years, and for good reason. Right out of the box, it looks and feels modern. Compact size, intuitive BlueOS streaming platform, built-in Wi-Fi and Ethernet support, Bluetooth, and the convenience of network playback from almost any online service you can imagine. For listeners who want simplicity and digital integration without stacking multiple devices, the Power Node delivers a refined experience. Its sound signature leans toward clarity and clean detail, offering a neutral-leaning mid-range and highs that stay smooth and engaging at everyday listening levels. For smaller rooms or casual listening sessions, the Power Node often feels like an elegant, practical solution, and many listeners enjoy it for exactly that reason. However, When we look at how things have evolved in 2026, the reality of what the Power Note offers becomes a bit more complicated, which is exactly why it fits into this hype versus reality discussion. The main reason some buyers may end up feeling a bit of disappointment or second thoughts isn't that the Power Note sounds bad. It doesn't. But that a lot of newer integrated amps and network receivers now offer strong performance, deeper power delivery, and broader feature sets at similar or even lower price points. Today's amplifiers combine advanced DAC technology, more efficient power stages, and richer connectivity options, including HDMI ARC, multi-room support, and better wireless codec performance. Areas where the Power Note's feature set now feels somewhat limited. In real-world use with more demanding speakers or larger rooms, the Power Note can also feel like it's approaching its performance limits sooner than some rival models that can drive speakers with a bit more authority and dynamic control. Another factor to consider is ecosystem flexibility. While BlueOS is polished and integrates well with major streaming services, there are competitors that offer more seamless third-party support or more frequent firmware updates that continue to improve the platform long after purchase. That means listeners who buy a Power Note today might find themselves wishing for features they didn't initially realize they needed, and having to add external gear to fill the gaps, which reduces the simplicity advantage the Power Note once had. So, while the Blue Sound Power Note Gen 3 remains a capable and enjoyable amplifier for certain setups, in the context of 2026, it doesn't stretch your investment quite as far as many newer options, which is exactly why it can feel like part of the amplifier hype scam. Number 1, Marantz Model 40N. The Marantz Model 40N has been one of the most talked about integrated amplifiers in recent years, and there's a good reason for the buzz. It combines Marantz's signature smooth musical sound with modern streaming features, elegant design, and premium build quality. Straight out of the box, the Model 40N delivers a warm, organic tonality with rich mids, a relaxed yet detailed treble, and a bass response that feels controlled and musical rather than overly aggressive. For listeners who love that classic Marantz sound, especially fans of jazz, acoustic music, and vocal-centric recordings, it immediately feels inviting, smooth, and fatigue-free. The inclusion of a network streaming platform with support for high-resolution services makes it even more attractive for people who want a single-box solution without needing extra components. However, when we look at the 2026 amplifier landscape and compare broader market expectations, the way the Model 40N fits into today's ecosystem starts to shift a bit. And this is where the hype versus reality discussion gets interesting. The primary reason some buyers might end up feeling a bit disappointed isn't because the Marantz Model 40N performs poorly, far from it, but because many modern competitors now offer stronger performance, more flexible connectivity, and better power delivery at similar price points. In other words, what once felt like a premium all-in-one solution is now facing serious pressure from newer amplifiers that combine advanced DAC sections, more efficient power stages, and broader ecosystem support, including more stable streaming platforms, improved codec compatibility, and easier app control. When you pivot to these newer models, the comparative value of the Model 40N becomes less compelling, especially if you prioritize versatility and future-proof usability. Another aspect to consider is power and dynamic authority. While the Model 40N sounds smooth and detailed with efficient speakers in smaller rooms, it doesn't always deliver the same command and control with larger or less efficient speaker systems, particularly in more demanding listening environments. Newer designs in 2026 have focused heavily on delivering tighter bass, stronger headroom, and clearer dynamics, features that many buyers are now beginning to expect as standard. Meanwhile, the Model 40NS streaming platform, while capable, sometimes feels less responsive or adaptable compared to more frequently updated network solutions from other brands. So, although the Marantz Model 40N remains a highly capable and enjoyable amplifier for many listeners, its real-world value in 2026 doesn't stretch as far as the marketing and hype might suggest, which is exactly why it earns a spot on this amplifier hype scam. Reality check. List. So that's the reality check for 2026. Remember, just because an amplifier is popular, beautifully designed, or heavily marketed doesn't automatically mean it's the best value for your money. Hype can be loud, but performance and long-term satisfaction matter more. If you're planning to upgrade your system, take your time, compare wisely, and focus on what truly fits your speakers, room size, and listening style. The right amplifier isn't always the most expensive one. It's the one that delivers real performance for your needs. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more honest audio reviews, and drop a comment with the amplifier you're considering next. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, keep listening smart.